G'day, we're up to number 6 in our listening challenge, and I'm really enjoying answering your questions about how to listen in the workplace, whether that's face to face or video or both. This question is coming from Marielle. She asks that while I'm listening face to face, Oscar, I like to verbally acknowledge someone by saying or offering a word of encouragement. I ask a question to show that I've heard them and I'm curious. I want to learn. Now, Muriel continues and says, when it comes to engagement, while I'm listening in a virtual video conference group setting, it's really difficult for me to do that. How do we marry listening and connection in a video conference workplace environment? Marielle, that's a great question. And of the just over 1,000 questions in the database, 11% of people had a question that was a variation or a question very similar to yours. So I want to give you 3 quick tips to increase engagement for the speaker, for you, and for the group as the whole. Number 1, turn your webcam on. Really simple. Number 2, use chat. And then number 3, use the reaction buttons or the emoticons inside the software. Now, whether you use video conferencing systems from Zoom or WebEx or Microsoft Teams or Google, they all have this kind of functionality in there. So focusing on number 1, turn the webcam on. You can signal encouragement very easily simply by the act of turning the webcam on. As humans, we love the energy coming through from people's eyes, from their smile and their presence. So a simple action you can take to bring that kind of encouraging energy to the conversation is simply for you to turn your webcam on, smile, nod when they say something that would mirror something that you agree with. Another thing I'd encourage you to do is never underestimate the power of a simple smile to encourage the speaker in a virtual environment. Now, a simple way to expand on that is to look at number 2 in the chat function. There isn't any reason why you can't use the chat function to signal some of these things that you might do face to face. A simple I agree, or I've had a similar situation, or a simple yes. You can help encourage the person speaking by using the chat rather than only looking to verbal ways to do that. Now, this will work too to keep the group engaged in the conversation as well, not just you. So by you signaling that you're encouraging the speaker along during the conversation via chat, you'll find other people do that as well. Now, when you're in the chat, try and keep it short, just, a handful of words or maybe a complete sentence. But imagine it's a face-to-face and you're doing exactly the same thing. Finally, tip number 3, all of these softwares have some kind of reaction buttons, emoticons, thumbs up, hands up. All of these are available in the software that you use. So please, I would encourage you to use those as a way to signal how you're trying to create emotional engagement, not just for you, but for others in the group as well. These reaction buttons, don't go crazy, don't go overboard, but use them as a complement to the chat, or use them separate without using a chat. But all of those, I know myself as a speaker, I find it really encouraging and it's really nice. So Marielle, thank you for your question. And I would say just keep it super simple. Turn the webcam on, use the chat, And then finally, the emoticons as well. If you've got a question like Marielle about listening in the workplace, just leave a comment below like Marielle did, and we can continue to have this conversation about improving all of our listening in the workplace. I'm Oscar Trimboli, and I'm on a quest to create 100 million deep listeners in the world. And you have given me the greatest gift of all. You've listened to me. Thanks for listening.